You're listening to Plus Size Divas with Deanna and Carmen, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hello, every beautiful, unique, worthy body out there. Welcome back to the Plus Size Divas. I am Carmen RENE, aka Eat the Cake 2.
I am Deanna at Deanna Bomb Chica.
And together we are the Plus Size Divas. So thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, we want to remind you that if you want to call in at any point, which you will because our guest is amazing.
Amazing.
The number is 818-570-5085. It should be on the screen. We are taking calls the entire time. So please dial in and let us know what you're thinking. All right. Obviously, you're watching LATalkRadio.com. If you're not, that's an alternative option. LATalkRadio.com. You can watch us on Facebook Live. Make sure you tell your friends. Go tell a friend about it. And
she's amazing. Right. She's amazing.
Also, you guys,
just get to the fucking sponsor, please.
No, I have one more thing.
Oh, you have one more thing before the fucking sponsor.
Because guess what, guys? If you missed any of our shows, or you could go tell a friend about it,
or our cleavage,
we have our YouTube channel, The Plus Size Divas, where we upload everything the next day, so you can go catch up.
No, actually, I do. I upload it.
This bitch. Okay, Deanna does a lot for the show.
I really do.
Let's just admit that. But
let's admit it.
I'm here, and my hair looks great, and my boobs are amazing.
And that's all that matters right now.
All right, let's get to our
Somebody's
sponsor.
calling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shoshana, you're fucking Shoshana. Shoshana's hot shit. Hey, who is this? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Are you calling the right show? Are you a wrong number? Hi. You called the Plus Size Divas on LA Talk Radio. Did you call the wrong place? Hello?
I did.
Oh, well, what's your name? Let's just get to know ya.
Oh, my gosh.
What's your name? Don't hang up.
This is Greg Caston. Caston.
Hi,
Greg. So you meant to...
I spoke with you on Instagram a few times, Shoshana. Are you laughing at me?
Oh, we thought you were calling the wrong number. We were just going to bullshit with you anyway.
No.
You are calling the right number.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh, guys can't call in.
Absolutely, you can.
We love
she
penis.
said, "Did you call the wrong number?" And you said, "Yeah." So, hi, Greg.
Oh, no.
Well, Greg, we're happy to have you.
We have a
calling.
serious
I
delay.
spoke with you, Greg Caston, before.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I know your name.
So did you call in?
I'll be front row at your concert on the 30th.
Oh, thank you.
We didn't even get to all of that, Greg. You're like jumping the gun. Greg, you're going to call us back in 5 minutes when we get to that, Greg. Greg.
We won't do
We
that.
love you. We love you a long time, Greg.
Sure.
You're not going to make this man
I'll
call
call you
back,
back.
are you really?
No, you're going to call back, Greg, in 5 minutes after I do the intro, Greg, okay? All right, we love you. Bye, Greg. Bye, Greg.
I'm sorry. I have no control here.
Okay, listen, everybody.
Deanna
We
is
know
such
you're.
a bitch.
Listen, I'm not a bitch. Let me tell you something. We
She
love.
just made a caller hang up.
I know.
And promised to call back
By the
in
way,
5
our
minutes.
first male caller, which we appreciate you, Greg.
Was Greg. Listen, I knew you were a hot ticket. That's why I had to have you on the show. But they got to let me get to my intro because I have a whole intro planned for you.
Do your intro.
But go ahead. You have something.
We have to talk about our sponsor, though, really quick. You guys, she was on the show last week. She's amazing. Randy with Self Love Apparel.
Yes.
You can follow her on Instagram at island_Randy.
With an I.
And click the link in there and download her free self-love workbook, which is amazing. It links to her YouTube channel.
Yes.
And if you've been following us, you already know that we're obsessed with her line of self-love apparel.
Yes.
selfloveapparel.com. I just posted pictures of us today in her self-love shirts and her brave shirts, and we love them, so you will too. She has a discount code for you. Plus Size Divas is the code for 20% off. Again, my selfloveapparel.com and randylee.net.
For life coaching. We love you, Randy. Thank you for your support. Listen here, everybody. That's all well and good, but do you understand who we have on our show tonight?
Oh my God.
Listen to me. I'm geeking. So let me just tell you something. A lot of you out there know me as a singer, and you're like, oh my God, Deanna, you're such a good singer. I suck compared to our guest. Let me be honest. Okay, listen, this woman, I've heard a lot of people live. I've heard Whitney live. I've heard Donna Summer live. And some of you might be like, Donna Summer, bitch can sing her ass off. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. Donna Summer live. I've heard Babs live. I've heard the greats live. Our guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Broadway nerd, like I'm a Broadway nerd, but on top of that, but just beyond that, just singer-wise, is a fucking amazing. She's gonna sing for us. She doesn't know it, but she's gonna. But anyway, you guys, tonight, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you're probably, like, I watch your videos and I just want to throw my phone against the wall. The most amazing voice, lovely heart, so genuine and real and just fucking honest with her. We had to have her on here. We had to talk to her about what's going on. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. Some of you already know, but she has a huge show coming up and I wish I could be there. But you guys, we have Shoshana Bean.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you, and I'm so happy to have you because I've known you for a while.
Long time.
And I've seen all the things that you've done and all of this. And let me be frank, and do not take this the wrong way. You should be everywhere, in my opinion. And when I hear talent like yours, I'm like, I literally scratch my head and I go, why is this person selling millions of records and they're touring the world? And then Shoshana's like, wait, and it doesn't make sense. It does, in my mind, it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, you're worthy of international, worldwide, I don't fucking understand. So, you know, and that's that whole thing, and having to be where you are in your where you are in your career, and being gracious with it, and taking the blessings that come, and just being like, hey, I'm out here doing what I love. I'm not working at McDonald's. I'm not saying, would you like fries with that shake? It's all good. And you're there in your moment. But for me, looking at you, I'm like, this woman, and like I said, you guys, if you don't know, I'm going to play some of her music today. If you don't know who she is, please go Google her and go listen to her music. She's unbelievable. Like, the stupidest voice I've probably ever heard. Agility for days. Like, she's a gymnast. Power, all of it. Can you please talk to us about what's coming up for you? Because I want to make sure that if people are in the vicinity,
and tell us how people what they know you from. Like, give us an intro to you.
Give us an intro
who don't know, and let Deanna take a break.
Because I just
Lord have mercy.
I get very excited about some of our guests.
She feels like she's in my family, so I feel like I'm literally the Thanksgiving
I get excited.
Right now.
I feel like her great aunt. Fucking Mabel.
Jews and Italians are very similar, so it's like it all feels very familial. You know? Yeah,
it is.
I understand.
But yeah, give them. But
you
give
know,
them.
why am I telling you?
Like, really?
She's like, honey, I do this every week. I tell her to shut the fuck up. No, seriously, tell everybody. Just like, how'd you do it? How'd you get into it? Where'd this come from? Where'd you find it? Give us the.
I didn't find it. It found me. I think I came into the world just with that in me, with the need to express myself creatively, sing, act, move my body. And gratefully, I had parents who saw that and fostered it very early.
Nice.
So my mom put me into dance class at 3 years old and a theater group at 6. And she was a creative. She's a dancer and just very creative herself. So I grew up in the Northwest. I went to college for musical theater in Cincinnati. And then I moved to New York when I graduated, and I started in musical theater. But in my mind, like after Emotions came out, after Emotions came out, Mariah Carey's Emotions, I decided I was going to be a pop star. That's what my life goal. And another friend of mine in junior high was like, I'm going to do this for a living. And I'm like, you can just decide to be Mariah Carey for a living? Well, then I will too. So
let's see who gets there first. Yeah. Okay.
So, but you know, I didn't know about Berkeley, and you couldn't really otherwise major in being a pop star, but I knew that going to college was not an option. So I chose musical theater. and moved to New York and simultaneously was like pounding the pavement to get a show, a musical, and also like doing R&B competitions in the Village and like, you know, meeting tons of skeevy people who were trying to like put you in a girl group or like, you know, make you a backup singer and take a percentage of your, you know what I mean? Like there are just so many wonderful people in this business. But theater is what popped off for me first. And so I did that and rode that train. I did an off-Broadway revival of Godspell was my first show. And then I was in the original company of Hairspray.
Yay.
Wow.
Which is why you and I started talking. We were at that Wayne Brady audition, the singing show. Do you remember that?
I was up for the touring.
And you told me, you said, I know, I went in for Hairspray a million times. Like I was always up for Tracy. But we started talking at that audition because you were like,
I knew who you were.
Yeah. Like you won a shit ton of money on that show, if I recall.
So I meet her at, I
didn't get on the show.
Physically meet her.
She definitely won a convertible or something ridiculous.
I actually won $350,000 that I spent on cocaine the next year. No, I'm kidding.
You did not.
I don't even do drugs, you guys. Listen, I knew who she was because, again, Broadway geek, hello. And I was like, oh my God, that's Shoshana Bean. How can I like make her like me right now? Okay, hey, guess what? No, but it was the whole Hairspray thing. Telsey casting.
Yeah.
They called me and then right before Christmas, sent me to see the show 3 times, and then right before Christmas called me and said, you don't look Jewish enough.
Jewish enough?
I didn't look Jewish enough. That's what they said. I guess whoever they had.
Were they supposed to be Jewish? That was never a conversation.
I think because it was Fierstein. And I think we didn't look, I don't know. Maybe that's what Craig over at Tulsi told me. I don't know. But anyway, ran into you there. And then was like,
that's how we.
And then we started writing. And we've had we wrote a couple of songs that have been.
She's like this is what she does. She's like, I know exactly what we need to write. And I'm like, are you sure?
And we've gotten it. We've made money.
For these.
She's like, I'm getting checks. I'll like send her random checks and she'll be like, what is this for? And I'm like, just shut up, bitch, and cash it. But anywho, boom, boom, Hairspray. And then from Hairspray came Wicked.
Yeah, basically.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Now, did you take, because you have to walk me through the timeline, did you take over for Idina or were you in that first?
I went in as a standby first. So I originally auditioned to be Nessa Rose, I think. It was like the original audition was Nessa Rose, didn't get it. Then they called me into audition to be her standby. I think that's how that went. And I didn't get that. No. Right. Didn't get the standby, but they said, will you come in as the understudy, which means I would be in the ensemble.
Okay.
And then the standby's the first on, and then if the standby's out, then I would go on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was doing in Hairspray. I was Tracy's understudy. Not the standby, but the understudy.
Right.
And a couple other roles as well. And I was like, I don't want to start a whole new show, do previews, do all of that, just to do basically what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So I said no, graciously. And then when my friend Eden, who ultimately was the standby, when she left to go do Brooklyn, the musical Brooklyn.
She didn't go to do Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Like,
I have to always
I leave
qualify
Broadway
that.
to do Brooklyn.
I went to Brooklyn. Then I came in as her standby for like 3 months, and then she left the show, and I took over.
You took over. Boom. And then
I was done. I was like, what else is there to do here? Now I know what it feels like to be the star of a show. Yeah. It's hard. I'm good. Like I did what I came to New York to do.
Right.
Now I want to focus as much energy and attention and as many years on my music.
being Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Back to Mariah.
Back to emotions.
Hello.
So then I moved out here because I needed to get away from, the life I'd set up there that was never going to let me out.
Never.
Yeah.
So
Never.
Gratefully, I mean, I'm grateful for that. But
How
so I've been
long
here
ago
for
was that?
10 years, 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have 4 albums.
And lots of touring and weird jobs and sessions and
Yeah.
writing and
So are you doing, you feel like this is where you belong? You're doing what you're supposed to do here?
Yeah, I mean, I love living in LA.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely, if I get to have a home base, because I travel so much anyway, like, if I get to have a home base, LA is 100% where my heart is happiest.
Right.
But I think what I've learned about myself and my career is that it's not as black and white as I initially thought it would be. It's not just Broadway, or it's like now my life has become sort of everything. So I still do theater sometimes. I still put out my records. I get to tour. I still do, I get to do...
Right.
I'm a singer, so wherever my voice is needed, like, you know what I mean? Whatever's gonna, like, I'm in a position gratefully to be like, yes, I want to do that, or no, I don't think that that's gonna fill me up or help really serve you and your project. You know what I mean? So
I want to ask you something very frankly, and I want you to be honest. Do you feel like what I said earlier? Have you heard my voice? I should be fucking bigger. Do you have those
That's such a
moments? Do you have those?
tough-
I know.
That's so tough. Do I wish that my career were that what you're saying, like what you were saying? Do I wish that?
I mean, it's fucking
that we
awesome.
wouldn't be
Don't get
sitting
me
here
wrong.
saying that?
Please don't.
100% I
Yeah.
wish that.
Yeah.
However, what I do know is, you know, there were things I have now that I wished for 10 years ago that I know if I had gotten them 10 years ago, I wouldn't have known what to do with them. So I have to believe that this is all laid out in a way that I'm growing and expanding, and things are coming to me at the time that I'm actually prepared for them. And also, I don't like to live from a victim mentality of like, why don't I have that? Or why am I not there? What's wrong with me? Or what's wrong with everyone else? Like, it's more of like, what am I doing? I try to own responsibility for everything of like, what am I doing energetically to block the dreams that I still have? What am I doing to live into that or believe in it? Sometimes I think I had literally a dream the other night as I was sleeping where I don't know, the question was asked to me of like, do you actually believe that what you want is possible? And I believe the answer in the dream was like, no, I don't believe it's possible. So I think a lot of the problem is me.
Yeah.
No, okay, so go into, because specifically, with such a magnificent voice and so much talent, have you experienced in the business people going, you don't look the right way, your body's not the right way, you know, visually, you know, you should look like X, Y, and Z? Have you experienced that, and what have you done to combat that? Because I know what you said earlier, but I want them to hear what you told us earlier.
There have definitely been moments. It's not a consistent theme in my career, but starting out early in college, they definitely said, if you want to be an ingenue, you need to lose 20 pounds.
And you were tiny then.
Smaller than I am now, for sure, yeah.
And you have to lose 20 pounds.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, you know, and then I remember moving out to LA and getting linked up with some guy, like through Babyface or some other guy that was like, I'll pay for your nose job because that's really gonna... you know, or, you know, there've been a lot of times where it's like, if we just get your body tight and we get the right pictures and we get, you know, there's been a lot of comments about, but it's never been, I've never had someone be like, we didn't cast you or choose you because you are too heavy, or I've heard like you're too ethnic looking, you know, but I also understand, like, I think the gift that I've been given is seeing both sides of it. So while I've been told lose weight or get a nose job or those things, I've also played Tracy Turnblad and an ensemble member in the show and Velma's understudy. So my body and who I am exactly was the perfect person I needed to be to fit that slot, to be thick enough to swing up and to play, you know, the big girl and somewhat believably in a fat suit, but also, you know what I mean, who I am to be a unique member of the ensemble, you know, playing Elphaba.
I know where you're going. I saw that face.
I mean, I think it's just
the fact that they put you in a fat suit.
Instead of hiring some, I mean,
Because
I'm happy that you have.
No,
that
I
you
understand.
have the position, but
The person had to be able to be, and the point of the show is race and weight, right? So
totally.
a council member who I played in my normal track, who's going to point their fingers at the big girl and say, you don't look like the rest of us, you can't be on the council, couldn't also be, and it had to be an internal swing. Like, it had to be someone in the show. So
that was more
for the sake of the story. Yeah. So it wasn't like they just were like, we like her voice, so we'll just put her in a fat suit. No.
I mean,
although a lot of
happens,
times the girls would lose a lot of weight.
too.
The girls that played Tracy would lose a lot of weight once they started the show, and they'd have to pat them up.
Yeah, because they're dancing so much.
Right, it's so much work.
I remember that audition and them being like, "Oh, it's light movement," and I was like, "Bitches, this is
not
Alvin." Bitches, let me tell you something, you guys. I said this is Alvin fucking Ailey. No, I swear to God. No. When they were like, "Okay, so it's this," and they showed us the combinations, I was like, I literally went like this. I remember being in the audition, looking around, going, the fuck? Like, are you crazy?
It's simple. It's just super athletic. So it's like, it was not Alvin Ailey. With
when
like
you're
it's just
250 pounds and they're giving you that,
super athletic.
You're like, fuck all of you right now. I'm about to die. No wonder why all the leads lost weight. But for me, hearing that though, and I understand the technicality of it. Yeah. It also is like, do you know how many roles there are on Broadway for girls who look like me?
Yeah.
So that to me is fucking nuts. Like, a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like And you know what bummed me out about not getting the lead in Hairspray? I remember crying, weeping, as a matter of fact, when I heard that I didn't get it. Because there went my chance to ever be the lead.
No.
Well,
That's what we all
in a
believe
Broadway
based on-
show.
That's not true, though. That's just why someone could look at me in college and say, lose 20 pounds or you'll never be the star of a show. Well, I've been the star of 2 shows just as I was.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't lose any weight. I didn't change myself because there's always something new being created.
Right.
Elphaba is an ingenue, but she's a non-traditional ingenue. Tracy Turnblad is an ingenue. She's a non-traditional ingenue. Like, you don't know what's coming. No one would have said a black person would play George Washington on stage, or that there would be rap music on stage.
Yeah, you're right.
There's always something.
There's new roles being, and I think that we are in the age where, like, we're starting to see more roles created for different bodies slowly, but we are starting to see it. And I know we've talked about that before. I mean, I'm not saying, I look at, the things that you apply for, and it's disgusting. Like, what the description
casting calls
Yeah,
that
the casting
we get?
calls.
Come on, girl. Fit.
But
All
I
American.
don't look at those things. I don't know
well, I mean,
what they even say.
I get them because I have to submit.
Yeah.
I have to self-submit for a lot of things. And it's always like, all American looks, fit, XYZ. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Do you all know the median weight here?
Right, All American Look
hello?
is actually a size 12.
12. Like, where are you people
What even
at?
is All American anymore, by the way?
Yeah,
true.
it's funny what these companies want to represent them, though. If I sent you some of them, you'd be like, wow, Deanna, this shit's fucked up. I'm glad I don't look at this crap. But every day.
You also have to understand, if you want to get into this business, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And yes, it is changing every day. We have so many movements happening. We have colorblind casting happening, which I think should include not just color, but just blind casting, where you would traditionally, why isn't there a plus size alphabet? There's no reason. She doesn't have to be.
Who's to say the Wicked Witch of the West didn't get really fucking upset and eat 30 boxes
her
of
feelings.
Twinkies? Hello.
Okay, first
It's
of
not-
all,
it
that
sh- it
is
doesn't
just so
need to be-
rude. Not every fat person has to eat 30 boxes of Twinkies.
I certainly don't, because I'd be 700 pounds instead of the pounds I am now. But we're being funny, Carmen. I know you get relaxed, but listen to me.
That's fine. You can hold us accountable.
You can hold us accountable. But I'm just
Things are
saying.
changing and moving.
Yeah.
However, I think it's foolish of people to get into this business and not understand and be prepared and have thick skin to know that, like, someone is going to tell you you're too Jewish for this role,
And you just keep doing it until
there will be your perfect fit.
Your perfect fit, or until society wakes up, and again, slowly but surely, we start understanding that these roles are not defined or confined to one specific body type. So
Yeah, I mean,
Deanna, you better keep auditioning.
I'm not stopping. But my point in even doing this is that we have goals of, like, getting ultimately a reality TV show. Why is there this reality TV and this reality TV show? Where's the Plus Size Divas? Where's 5 bad bitches in LA that are plus size and killing it? And one's a model, and one's in entertainment, and one's a lawyer, and one's a doctor, and where is that?
They're not doing that yet because it's meant for
And
you
they're
guys
not all
to do.
sad.
It's not there
And they're
yet.
not all sad.
Yeah,
about
and they're
their
not all
bodies.
sad. Well, I mean, Carmen and I often dialogue about, like, where are the fat people on TV?
Where are the happy fat
They're
people?
all sad and depressed and want to kill themselves or die or whatever, or my 600-pound life. It's true. Think about it, though. Think about it. Like, and I love when somebody emerges and it's like, oh my God, there she is. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm like, fucking Roseanne, could you have shut your fucking mouth? Because, like, you fucking dumbass. Like, what a fucking dumbass. She came back. But growing up, let me just tell you guys, why I'm bummed out? Because growing up, I saw me. I went, oh my God, this woman is a successful comedian. She has a huge fucking show. It went on for years and years and years. And I was excited. And so when she did what she just recently did, I'm like, you're a fucking dumbass. Like, you're really a fucking dumbass. Like, here you were representing all of us one more time. Yeah. And you gotta say stupid shit. You're just dumb. You know what I mean? And that bummed me out because I want to see more people in those positions. All over the place, and she was happy, or it was lighthearted and fun, and they were getting in this particular, revamp, they were getting into some touchy subjects. You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask you about, because you've been in this industry for a while, like
a whole 12 years,
20 years,
20 years
at least.
Yes.
20 years.
I mean, no. I mean, I started when I was like 9 or 10, so
yeah, a
30
while.
years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, this is crazy.
I mean, I love, like, again, like, your voice is amazing. But I think about what artists have been doing, like a lot of collaborations, and I correct me if I'm wrong, but like I haven't seen a lot of collabs that you've done with maybe like new up and coming artists or, you know, newer artists. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yes, and I have and do. Yeah.
Tell us and tell me, correct me.
I think, let's see, how do I explain this? I think that I'm gone a lot.
Okay.
So collaborating with people here. I've done more collaborating this year than probably ever. So,
I feel like I'm shrinking, guys.
Like, you could have been on Drake's new album.
Yeah, why weren't you on Drake's new album?
oh, I'm sorry. I actually said no to. Are you
Got
kidding?
it, got it,
no
got it.
Why am I not collaborating with new up and comers? I think it's just accessibility. Like I don't know what I'm looking at or who I'm. You know what I mean? Like I think that my filter is.
Yeah.
There are a couple. I did a video with my friend David, who just moved here from St. Louis. I did a video with Vincent, my friend Vincent from Berkeley, who was on the 4. You know Vincent, but we didn't like the way it turned out, so we didn't. So we have something else. I mean, I have a lot of collaborations. I don't know that all of them are new up and comers.
Yeah, I just feel like, or I guess my question is, do you feel like that your voice and your style of music is like, I mean, Broadway music is a little bit more niche almost.
Yeah.
So just to kind of expand into different
I don't
genres.
do Broadway music.
No more.
My albums are like
it's
soul
jazz,
music
soul,
and jazz.
yeah.
And, yeah.
You really have kind of covered the gamut.
Each album has been very
different.
So
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
run-
all your music on, like, that's out on iTunes is, I mean, because you do a lot of covers too, so you do a lot of different.
Please go
It's all
please go to YouTube and look up Shoshana's video of her and Brian McKnight at
No, do not look that one up.
Why
Actually,
not?
Don't do that.
You're amazing in that.
It's so bad.
Are you fucking nuts?
Oh my God. There's only one person who's ever been honest with me about that, and that was my ex-boyfriend. And I literally, he was like, why does everyone freak out over this video? And I'm like, have you seen it? And he was like, no. And we sat down to watch it, and he's like, you have to turn it off. And I'm like, I know. He's like, that is not how you sing. And I'm like, thank you for being the sole person
Okay,
on this
well
planet
listen to me.
who understands
Listen
that
to
it
me.
was
Now I have to go watch it.
fucking terrible.
She just smoked the biggest
God, it
invisible
was-
bong in front of us right now, because I have to tell you something. You're crazy. But listen to me. You know, listen to me. You're crazy. Okay, fine. Don't go look at it, but you should go look at it because it's amazing.
I have the power to take it down off of YouTube.
No, don't do it.
And I feel like I should.
No, not until everybody goes to see
obviously
it.
people love
it's
it.
amazing. Listen, you're nuts. How many views does it have now? Like 9 billion?
No, probably like, 20,000, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
That's nothing.
Maybe.
All right, well, sing for us now. Make up for it.
No.
I love how shy she gets. I love this. Okay, wait a minute. So hold on. So listen, there were some people calling in and I ignored them because you were like talking about your thing.
Deanna.
Well, listen, if you called in and I didn't answer, you guys, you can call in now. But I
Deanna's
wanted
Friend, you
on
can't
top
talk
of
about
it.
that.
I know.
You can't talk about that. That's my friend.
who?
I'm looking at your gossip ideas. You can't talk about that.
Oh.
Oh, that was last week's, and we talked about it. We talked about it.
Oh.
We talked about that last week, and we were just like, "Whoa." Anyway,
'Cause she's such a hater, by the way.
no, I'm not a hater. I'm just like, "Hi, Mary, you're dead. Why don't you?" I don't know. Okay, listen. All right, we're not going to talk about it. Next
So,
subject.
Sorry for hanging up on our callers.
Oh
I
my God!
didn't-
Remember when Deanna told Greg to call back?
Greg,
She
you
just
can
said
call
she
back
also
now.
Just
He's
blocked
never
2
gonna call
calls
back.
too.
But Shoshana was talking.
Who
Oh, somebody's
cares?
calling. Somebody's calling.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Greg.
Hi, I think it's Greg. Hey,
Greg.
hi. Who is this?
This is Greg.
Yay! Okay, Greg, do you have a specific question or comment for Shoshana Bean? I feel like you do.
Well, I spoke with her a few times on Instagram, but I'll be at the concert and I said anyway. But I just wanted to thank you for that. I was going through a breakup and that album, and I discovered you because of the person who's the reason I'm actually in New York, and I'm an actor also. I threw my career away and moved on to something else, and I came and I saw Cynthia Erivo in The Color Purple, and I was like, I have to do this. I have to come back. And I came back and I saw her again. I wrote her a letter and gave her some flowers, and she came and talked to me. Anyway, I follow her on Instagram, and she posted something with your music on it one day, and that album really just helped me through. And that, of course, there's some revenge stuff in there, like I want to be around when you to pick up the pieces like that. I'm very grateful for your music, and I'm very grateful that Cynthia will be joining you on stage, because I'm just happy about that. And I agree with the lady at the table that your voice is simply amazing. You're just.
Thank you, Greg.
I put you in the category. I'm a big Billy Porter fan, and I think he's just such reckless with what he's able to do with his voice.
Yep.
And you're just like that. It's like I hear you do things like, what? How? Okay. And I share your music with my friends all the time. And I'll be there front row with my white shirt on.
Oh, baby.
Look for the white shirt, Bo. I love it.
Greg, thank you so much. That you just made my whole day. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'll see
Thanks
you
for
at the
calling
Apollo.
in. Yay.
Thanks,
Okay,
Greg.
great. Good segue. Tell them about the Apollo.
Oh, I'm playing the Apollo in Harlem,
Amazing.
in New York City on July 30th.
Your own headlining show.
Yeah.
Let's just say that again. Her own headlining show. This little Jewish girl from Schenectady. I've always just wanted to say that,
definitely
but you're
not
not from
from
Schenectady.
Schenectady.
Wow.
But your own show. Tell them who I know you're like leaking special guests. Who's special guests?
Well, we've already announced Cynthia Erivo, Tony Award-winning Cynthia Erivo is one of my special guests. I have two amazing dancers, one from Alvin Ailey, actually.
Wow.
The star of Alvin Ailey, Clifton Brown, is joining me. My friend Virgil Gadsden, who is from So You Think You Can Dance, but also just did songs for New World with me. And then the final two guests, I'm not allowed to announce yet. We're announcing one of them later this week. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
And then the third one is like still a little bit on the fence, depending on
When's the date and how
July
do they get
30th.
tickets?
And you're
Ticketmaster.com.
touring through the end of the year, pretty much.
Yeah, lots of dates now and continuing to be added. And that's on my Instagram, which is just Showbean, SHOBEAN.
Is that your website, Shoshana Bean or Showbean?
ShoshanaBean.com is the website. Instagram is just Showbean.
Somebody else is calling. Let's talk. Hi.
I get nervous every time. I get
Hi. Can you hear me? Hello? I don't know if I'm doing this right. Hello,
The other
Jesus.
screen. Oh, there.
Oh, hi. Can you hear us?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Who's this?
This is Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny. Did you call in to talk to Shoshana?
Well, to all of you.
Hi, Danny.
I just want to tell you how awesome I think you are.
Oh, thanks, Danny.
My wife turned me on to you
Oh.
after Wicked, and just love you. My wife loves you. She's done your call in when you were doing your album. We did a donation for your album, and it was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
We actually live in Alabama.
Nice.
Bama, roll
You're welcome.
tide.
And we went and saw your Christmas show in Memphis a few years ago.
Oh, yes.
And loved it, and we are going to New York in a couple weeks to see the Apollo.
Look at
No
that.
shit, Danny. You guys are the most loyal. Roll
Wow.
tide.
So forward to that.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you,
Yeah,
Danny.
and we did the VIP in Memphis to get to meet you, and we did the VIP at the Apollo. So
Oh.
You're going to get to meet
Me
Danny
again.
again.
I will be so good to see you again, Danny.
yay!
Thank
It's
you,
gonna be
Danny.
wonderful.
Danny,
but,
thank you.
But do me a favor, so I don't have to, so I can quit traveling all over this country to see you.
Come to Bama.
Come to Alabama.
Wasn't I there a couple years back? I was in Mobile a couple years back. Did you come to that show?
I did not do that show,
Oh, see.
and
Maybe you'll add
embarrassingly
another
didn't know you were in Mobile because we would have went and saw that.
It's all good. I'll come back. I got to get back to Muscle Shoals anyway. That place is the motherland.
Oh,
Motherland.
it is. It's a wonderful. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know Muscle Shoals has a huge music history.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding? We
And a
know
lot of people
all the
don't know
history.
about it for
Yeah.
recording and everything.
I got a really
Yeah.
fat speeding ticket
So-
because I was racing from Mobile
Thank
to
you.
get to Muscle Shoals to be able to go to Fame Studios and
What a good friend.
see the Native American memorial that guy had built, and then raced back, and I got a huge
Mm-hmm.
speeding ticket. You have very fancy policemen in Alabama.
Why didn't you just sing and get out of it? Be like, do you know who I am? Let me just
No,
sing.
it was terrifying.
It was really, oh, really?
It's the
Oh.
deep South. You don't want to mess around down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Danny.
I look forward to seeing you in New York, Danny.
Bye,
Well,
Danny.
I'm looking forward to it too. Thank you so much. Love you and have a great day.
Love
Bye,
you too. Good
thank
night.
you.
Aw. That's late
Shoshana,
over there,
you have
Danny. Go to
some-
bed.
You have
some
loyal
amazing
fans.
fans. That's awesome.
Isn't that see? This is like when what I said. Everybody out there is like, Deanna, shut up. I'm a loyal fan, and I will go from Alabama to New York for her.
That's
like I
really
love.
cool.
But I mean that there it is. You've reached, like, if your goal, I find that success different for everybody. If your definition of success is to reach people and touch them in some way, done. Do you know what I'm saying? Done. To have that esteem of other musicians, done. Slam dunk, you did that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
What are your goals?
Yeah, what else do you want to do?
Where do you want to see yourself go?
Yes.
That you haven't gone already. I mean, besides the Apollo. Come on.
Well, that's happening.
I just feel like everything I'm doing is what I want to be doing. I just, in my mind, see it on a bigger scale as time goes on. Do you know what I mean? I want to play bigger houses and be able to take the 18-piece big band everywhere instead of just playing the biggest cities with the full band. I want to go on a full proper tour with the bus and the full band, you know.
Yeah.
I want to be like a legitimate part of the like recording community, like the recording artist community, and ultimately all that to create a platform for myself to be able to produce other artists, to be able to mentor other artists and sign other people and develop them. Yeah, I know when you and I were growing up, like A&R was really a thing where someone would be attached to an artist and develop their image and their sound and they would really breed them to be stars. And they don't do that anymore. You kind of have to come ready-made, and no one, you know, there's a lot of incredible talent out there that just doesn't have the wiring to like be self-starting or know the way. And I just would love, having done it myself for 10 years, like I would just love to be able to, and I've started to in a way, not in a way that I can like financially, you know, support them or pay for their projects or like, you know, put it under the umbrella of my label, but have started to sort of like help give people steps to guiding and marketing themselves and stuff.
Have you heard of, I'm sure you've heard of him because he's a beast. And we have the same birthday, so we're connected. Oh my gosh. Avery Wilson.
Oh, of course.
Can you just fucking do a video with him?
Yeah, we talked about it. He always is bullshitting, and he knows it. And
we're gonna shout it. We're gonna call him out. Don't worry, Avery Wilson.
Right now.
Let's text
him right now. Let's
text him.
Okay.
Hey.
No, let me tell you something.
Do you have his number?
My friend Nathaniel Morton is the drummer for The Voice. And he called me up one day and he said,
is it?
Nathaniel Morton.
Okay.
And he called me up one day and he was like, hey, why don't you come to The Voice auditions and hang out? And so I did.
Ooh, we're going to FaceTime.
We're FaceTiming Avery Wilson right now.
Let's see if
we'll see if he answers.
And this kid walks in and does Without You by Usher, and I literally shit in my pants.
He's very
I shit in my pants. I was like,
he's not going to answer because he'll be like, why is this bitch FaceTiming me?
Why is
he's, you know what though?
Maybe
that boy.
We're going to do something.
Yeah.
And we're going to do something special.
That's and you know,
he intimidates me though. I got to be honest.
No.
Deanna, tell me also if you noticed this.
What?
The way we sang growing up, versus the way the kids sing now. You know, there's a difference. The way they riff versus the way we riffed, the way their ear works versus the way we improv. Like some of these kids terrify me because I don't know. I'm gonna throw myself into the lion's den with him, but like
no, you can absolutely. He's a beast.
We'll see.
Y'all,
listen,
again,
here's the thing. Before I would have, like, when you're like, well, why don't you collaborate with?
Yeah.
Only this past year is the first time that I've really been like, hey, do you want to like get together and just sing in a room or make a video? Like before, I would be so terrified that I wouldn't measure up, especially to these younger kids. And now I'm like, you know what? Even if I fucking suck, let me get in the room and learn from you.
Yeah,
like,
and they probably all are probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you're crazy. By the way,
I mean?
FYI, you're nuts. That kid is a beast, but you absolutely like that would
we'll
be.
see.
I would
I'm
love.
gonna do it. I'm gonna film it.
I would
could be a disaster.
I would love
It won't
a.
be. It'll be
I knew you
amazing.
were gonna say him too. I knew it as soon as you were like,
Because-
I don't know if you know him. I was like, she's gonna say Avery.
But let me just say something, because I literally sat there and auditioned and stalked him after that and
he's
found out who he was and reached out to him, and I was like, you don't know me, but I was in your voice audition and Jesus has touched your vocal cords.
Yeah. Right.
No, he's
And
special.
then we started talking. He's like, I don't
and
know.
his spirit, like he's not just like a dead spirit with a great voice. Like his
personality, the
Yeah,
whole nine.
he's sparkle.
Another one that I go, where are you?
He's
where,
coming. He's
where,
coming.
Where I need you on the
Everyone
Grammy
has their-
stage.
yes, it's coming.
Please,
It's
Jesus,
coming.
because that voice don't make no damn sense.
he's
it
about
doesn't.
to be emancipated and be.
Emancipated,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Good
Oh my
word.
gosh.
Good word. What, did he just text you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna give him so much shit.
Okay. So listen to me, you
Wait,
guys.
I want to talk to her before we
Okay.
get to
What?
I mean, we literally have 10
We literally
minutes
have
left.
10 minutes left, by the way.
But
This is how fun this is. It goes
we
by so
haven't
quickly.
really, this is a body image, body positivity.
Yes.
We want to touch on that a little bit.
So take your clothes off and show us what you got. No, I'm kidding.
So we already talked about doing the show naked, and Shoshana has said that she's totally down.
She's coming back for the Shoshana said she's coming back for the nude show. So
No, Shoshana, I want to challenge you to do our masterpiece challenge.
What's that?
Which, if you haven't heard about it, Deanna created this
Oh God.
based on
No,
her
it's
song
not an oh God.
masterpiece.
Okay.
It's
not an oh
beautiful.
God.
No, it's not.
it's beautiful.
Like, it's nothing to intimidate you. It's just taking the time to showcase your body and show the world like why you're a masterpiece. So it's preferably we want you to write the word masterpiece on your body, or you can do it afterwards. But somewhere in the picture should be the word masterpiece, and it should be something that's a little bit vulnerable to you, that's maybe not super, comfortable or your norm, and just really take the time to see yourself as a masterpiece and let other people see you as a
Shoshana,
masterpiece too.
you don't have to go to this extreme, and don't.
I would like to see some inspo.
Okay, hold on, and don't show this to them. But I'm putting this up on my birthday, which is in 8 days, and that's mine.
This is, guys, you're
Where was this?
At-
literally on a public
On a
beach.
public beach, naked in a
You
cave.
guys just did the other
Yeah.
day.
But I mean,
I'm so proud of her. Like, I feel like Mama Bear.
She's really like.
some people might see it and go, "You look disgusting. Take that down." But I hope that by what I write and everything, everybody sees how much of an advancement that picture is for me mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
It's more for you. It's
accepting.
for you.
Totally.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to do that. But
No,
she's
but
like,
I get-
but she's like, "Where's your
But I can
masterpiece
write
challenge?
masterpiece on
You
my
can
You can do
body.
whatever you
anything,
want."
like,
and then
I-
you tag 2
Yeah.
people and challenge, because you have to understand what we really want to do with the show is spread an infectious like self-love thing.
Yeah.
There's so many people that really hate themselves and can't even come to grips with it. Like she says, no negative body talk. She tries to look at herself in the mirror every day and find one thing about herself.
That's the thing is we were talking about this before the show. I know we're running out of time, but
No,
we were
we're
talking about
fine,
it
we're
before the
fine.
show
We have 2
about
minutes.
how sometimes, like I know for me, there have been chunks of time where I've loathed my body
Mm.
and myself, and I look back on those and I'm like, God, I look at a picture from 2-3 years ago and I'm like, and I thought I was fat.
Right.
Like, and I just think we spend so much time and so much energy, and we lose time that way. I mean, I'll never get those 3 years. I'll never get 3 years ago back, and I wasted it not enjoying what I had. And so these days, I'm really trying every day to just be grateful with what it is, even if it's not my ideal situation. Just being like, my lungs breathe in and out without me telling them to. I can get through some brutal yoga classes in crazy heat. Like there's things my body does. My voice does things just because it just knows that that's what I want it to do. Like it's a miracle. And my body is not who I am. We were talking also about like, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as beautiful or remembered as someone who was loving? And I think that like also being conscious of like when I walk into a room, I can lead with my energy and my heart and the vibe that I bring. It's not about my body. We are not our bodies. And so what you said about like finding something beautiful to appreciate every day, even if it's your fucking eyes, even if you're like, I have beautiful, like, I just think we abuse ourselves.
We do.
So brutally.
Well, yeah, because we're
with
I
our
mean, we say it
thoughts.
all the time. Like we're conditioned to do that, and especially like I always like kudos to both of you and anybody that's in the entertainment industry, because I know you have to have a thick skin, being met with rejection for whatever reason. Whether it's anything that has to do with your physical appearance. A lot of times, like that's just what they're that's what people are going with right out the gate. So. This is like huge. It's really important for us. And while we're on the subject, if you haven't seen the video that Madonna released today,
yes.
it's like right in line with this. She says, "I apologize if I ever called you beautiful before I called you anything else. Before I called you
Resilient.
Resilient or
Brave,
anything.
strong, smart."
So I think if we start leading with that, like this is just outward. This is nothing. It really isn't. And I hope we can all get in that pattern of seeing people as something other than beautiful right off the bat. You know what I mean? So
Well, when you open your mouth, that voice can't be denied. So there's that.
What's funny though, sometimes if I'm not comfortable in my body or in what I'm wearing, or sometimes it can inhibit me from feeling free in my voice.
Yeah.
Like if I feel puffy or I'm, or
You're
I
self-conscious.
just have put on somewhere or whatever, like it really affects, I allow it to affect how I feel on stage. Some people would be like, I don't care what I look like on stage because this is my safe place. But sometimes I find, unless I feel good in my body and I feel like I'm in something that's like, it's a challenge for me. But I do think, I had so many thoughts when you were talking. You were saying our industry and whatever. I think if you're trying to get into this industry or you're already in this industry, it's just part of the game. And if you don't take it personally and know that it's like shoe shopping. I look at casting like shoe shopping. The shoe either fits or it doesn't. It's not personal to my bunions and my calluses and like my size 7.5 or the width or it's just, it fits or it doesn't. And I think that the sooner, that's my biggest piece of advice, is the sooner you can like not make it personal, the more fun you're gonna have, and you will find things that fit you like a Cinderella slipper. You just will, without changing yourself.
Right. I literally got big lots because I looked like I looked.
Yeah.
They wanted
greatest free. I was like,
they literally were like, we want
that. We want you.
That's who shops at our store. We want to reach her. We want to reach the average American
those Big Lots
woman.
commercials.
Girl, cha-ching all the way to the bank.
I hope so. But more than anything, I hope you were like, this is a career highlight. It was so, but it's like stylistically, your voice, like everything about it was, this is what I mean about perfect fit.
Yeah, it was a perfect fit.
You know what I mean? You didn't lose weight to do that. You didn't try to sing like so-and-so to do that. You were 1000% authentic.
Yeah.
And as actors or singers, we will morph to cater to the job. But like, you can be exactly who you are, and there will be, if you can stick it out and be resilient and endure through.
Well, that's the real message there, isn't it? Is you don't give up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. How many people that you know around now, I'm going to be 45 in 8 days. I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to put you on the spot. But here's the thing. How many people are gone, yeah, I've done it. I've done my due diligence.
They got
done.
worn out. They got burned out.
I'm going to go over here.
I'm a mom now.
I'm going to whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But they, my message is always, you don't give up. I don't know what that next call is.
Yeah, but you don't give up either because, like, for me, there's nothing else my heart will, until it says, I want to do this now. Like, there's nothing else that I want to do but sing and make music and work. Like, but someone else may be like, that was good. I just,
Yeah.
You get it. Saying the same thing.
You get it.
So so you're going to do the Masterpiece Challenge. And
yes,
in
I
that,
am.
you should tell us
there's
what
no deadline
you do.
for it, right?
No.
Okay.
What you do
and it can be in your
feel-
comfort place of how you want to look.
No, I think the point is to be a little uncomfortable,
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Deanna keeps saying I'm not trying to get you in like a normal, Instagram picture with Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like I want this to be, because this is not for us.
vulnerable.
Like this is a growing
I haven't seen you in a
experience.
bikini lately. Let's do that.
This is a growing experience.
Rarely see that on Instagram.
For everybody who's doing
Let's
it.
do
And
that.
then tag Chrissy Metz because she's needs to come on the show too.
I'll just text her.
We need Chrissy
Yeah.
Metz on the show, by the way.
We do.
Like,
All right, I'm texting
like
her
I'm
right now.
telling you right now, Eve knows her too.
You know what we'll do? We'll make a video for her and I'll
Yeah.
text it to her and we're done.
Okay.
Because that woman, first of all, she sings her face off too, right?
Right.
She was supposed to be a special guest at my LA show.
Okay.
And she
Eve
had
tipped me off to
film
that.
the
Eve was
last-
like,
Yeah,
Chrissy
she has a
can sing her
beautiful
ass off
voice. Yeah.
because she sings on This Is Us.
Yeah.
And also, but she, for me, and I know for you too, I'm sitting here going, oh my God, there's somebody like me on TV and on the biggest show on fucking TV right now. And that makes me happy. So we need her here. She needs to be here. And her journey has been epic. You know what I mean? And she
like,
didn't give up.
literally nothing in the
She
bank.
didn't give up, man.
Yeah.
I read her story. I've read it in several articles, and it was like she had like 32 cents in the bank or something, and was like,
of course, that's when it always
right? I
Just
need to
like
get
you said,
32
you
cents in
met-
the bank.
No, you
Yeah.
met your husband when you were like,
I gave up. Yeah. Well, I was close. Oh, I was accepting. I'm not ever going to meet love. It's like I'm going to be alone.
We're not saying that that's the
No, that's not the key. That's the key.
Guys, don't give up, okay? That is
Okay,
not
wait.
what we're leaving with.
So guys, we have like a minute and a half left. Shoshana, please just tell them again. Apollo when?
Yes.
July 30th at the Apollo, and then all the other tour dates are on my Instagram.
Tell them your Instagram.
Shobean, SHOBEAN.
Follow her, you guys. Go listen to her music. Buy her jazz album. Unbelievable. We're going to go out on the jazz album, a track from the album. It's on all of our promos. You need to follow her. You need to go by and support this woman. Please do that for yourself. And can you just give them the be positive? Because I really loved your inspirational quote.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
She had a
While
wonderful
you're looking it
inspirational
up, I just want to say thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
for what you're doing. I think we need more like body positive, like self-love. You know, I think the message of like, you know, just being grateful in the moment for what it is today, because I could walk out of here and get hit by a bus. Do you know what I mean? Like we just never.
Can you sing?
We are
in
who
case?
we are today.
No, I'm kidding.
Just like the gratitude and appreciation for the miracle that your body is. So
Yes.
thank you for being.
Be present.
Be
present.
I'm so happy to meet you, and like her spirit and energy is so just warm and gracious. So
I
thank
feel
you.
the same about you. So thank you.
Okay, so we'll go out on our quote, which
On the
I
quote.
freaking love. I hold my body with higher esteem than your opinion. It has done far more for me than you have.
Woo!
Like you said, like
What's
What it does
wakes
every
us
day.
up,
What it does every day.
breathes, yoga.
Thank you.
Like, what have you done for me?
What's the name of your album?
Spectrum.
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 Remember the day we're going out on Shoshana Bean, you guys. Tune in next week. We'll be here.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Mwah.
Good night.
And we're probably just like going to get 4 words.
Oh, it's a 50-minute show?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I thought it was an hour.
You were the man who hung the moon. Boy, you had me fooled. Spun me round, kept me down, and safely under you took all I had to give and more. You left me on the floor, couldn't find a way to crawl out of the days, turn into nights, darkness to light, seasons keep changing. Time is my friend after.
You're listening to Plus Size Divas with Deanna and Carmen, only on LA Talk Radio.